Welcome back, everybody. We'll talk about the USFL, a protest at Toomer's Corner, and more evidence that a gator might turn up anywhere. Other than the college football playoffs this season. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Looks like the city of Birmingham is ready to play ball with the USFL. AL.com's Roy S. Johnson reports that Birmingham Councilman Hunter Williams said the city council plans to recommend and approve up to $500,000 to bring a spring 2022 bubble season for the rebooted Pro Football League. The Birmingham Jefferson Convention Complex has estimated the cost of hosting the league season at just over $3.6 million. Now, the city's expected to be in for $500,000. The county is expected to match that $500,000, and the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau has voted to spend up to $2 million. Now, this money would cover such costs as game day staff, equipment, and labor for field conversions, and other overhead and services. The Convention and Visitors Bureau also has estimated an area economic impact of the league of $15 million. Over 12 weeks next spring, USFL teams are expected to play 43 games in Birmingham and use 40,000 hotel room night stays. Fox Sports owns the league and has committed $150 million over 3 years to try to get the league going. It plans on playing the bubble format in Birmingham during its inaugural season this coming spring, before switching to the more familiar pro sports setup where teams host games in their own cities. More than 100 people showed up at Toomer's Corner in Auburn, Alabama to protest Auburn University's decision to go along with President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate for federal contractors, reports AL.com's Howard Koplowitz. That mandate means university employees have to be fully vaccinated by December 8th. Now, the university has said that if it doesn't comply with the president's order, it could lose federal funding, which in some cases means jobs. Meanwhile, according to WAFF, some employees of United Launch Alliance, a Decatur rocket plant, are ready to walk off the job over the mandate, which also affects them because of federal ties. Said contractor Hunter Krieger, quote, "I'm sick and tired of being walked on." He also said, "This is my dream job, and I'm being fired over something that has nothing to do with my merit." People from far outside the state of Alabama usually have their own single image of our state and can't really appreciate the diversity of topography, people, and wildlife as you move from Lookout Mountain to Mobile Bay and the shoals to the Wiregrass. One thing that a change in latitude brings is a change in your likelihood of running into an alligator when you get off the main road. Now, make no mistake, alligators are swimming around all the way up into North Alabama. In some places, they may have made their way northward over the years, and in some cases, maybe they're just lost. But back in the late 70s, when gators were endangered, some were turned out into Wheeler National Wildlife Refuge, and many of the ones you might see today in the Tennessee River are the descendants of those gators. But still, when a gator is seen north of the gnat line, it's rare enough that it's a story to tell, and it can also make some folks a little nervous. Meanwhile, they're quite a bit more populous way down south, where in Mobile this week, a couple driving home saw one crawl out of a stormwater drain, reports the Associated Press, which is a little bit of a how do you do right there at your apartment complex with a school bus dropping off youngins 50 feet away. That would qualify as a lost gator. He or she drew a crowd and then was relocated by wildlife officials. The man who saw the gator while driving home, Anthony Peterson, said it's not a sight he's seen. Quote, "Never nothing like this, in the hood anyway." Thank y'all so much for listening. We will be back here again tomorrow. Until then, stop by and see us anytime you can on the internet at al.com.